In this next video, we're going to explain how to create assignments and assign them to processes, how to create assignments within assignments, sub-assignments, and assign these assignments to members of the project. So when we enter the platform, we go to our project, for instance, Project 2021, and we click on the list of assignments. Here we see an assignment already created, but also under Kanban assignments, remember we can work on our different assignments under this tab as well. That way in this tab we can see which assignments still need to be completed, which ones are in progress, which ones have been completed, and which ones have been approved and concluded. So remember, we do have different groups of assignments. However, before we start creating assignments, we need to ensure that we have created these processes first. That way we can attach an assignment to the different processes. We go back to the main screen and we go back to our list of assignments. So remember, we do have the two different styles. We have the gang assignments and the Kanban assignments. To create, we already have one that's been created. It's been assigned to a member and collaborators as well. We are going to add a new assignment. First off, we need to ensure that we have our labels. That way our labels kind of identify what each assignment is about. Here we're going to create an assignment called Implementations of our platform. We put in the description, we give it a point assignment and point value. We attach it to one of our processes, in this case the implementation. We assign it to one of our members. We assign a collaborator or two. We put the status as to do. We give it a label, and then we give it a start date. So in this case, we're going to say on November 11th, and it is due on November 14th. So once we create assignment, we get a different screen, a different window will pop up. Within this assignment, we can create different activities. Within the implementations of the platform assignment, we can create a checklist, or we can add, the checklist can be of different components of whatever assignment we are working on. So for this assignment, for this example, we're going to create a checklist with implementation number 1, implementation number 2, and again we can add as many items to our checklist as we like. That way we can ensure we are working on the correct activities for the completion of this assignment. A little bit further down, we can create subcategories or sub-assignments within the one main assignment. So here we're going to create another sub-assignment. In this case, implementation of module 1. We're going to do implementation of module number 2, implementation of module number 3. Again, we've created 3 activities within the assignment or 3 sub-assignments within the main assignment. A little ways further down, we can create a comment, or we can place a comment within the assignment. In this case, we will write, we have registered the checklist and we added 3 sub-assignments or 3 activities. This way we have a date of when these sub-assignments and checklists were created and added to the main assignment. We can also, at this time, if we're going to be doing very similar assignments throughout our project, if we're going to do something very similar with checklists, with sub-assignments, we can clone the assignment at the bottom. So once we've created it, we go back to our list. We can edit it by clicking either on the name or on the little pencil on the far right. And here we can see kind of how the assignment has been, how it is evolving. So this is kind of the view of the assignments chem. And then we go to, when we click on the assignments Kanban list, which is a different view, we click the refresh button and we can see how our assignment we just created is on here, along with our sub-assignment or sub-activities. So in this view, we get to click on each individual assignment, for example, and we can click on and add comments to kind of see how each individual assignment or sub-assignment is being completed and or worked on throughout the whole project. So here you can see I am adding small comments on each sub-assignment, each activity. Again, these are the assignments within the assignment which we are working on. Again, adding comments for the rest of our team to be able to see how it is going. Now within the main assignment, we can also kind of see, we can go in and we can see within the little, we can click on the sub-assignments and see kind of the details that have been, that are being worked on, or the comments that are being left if we click on them. This way we can kind of have a control of the different assignments. Once the assignments are in progress, we can move them over to the different tabs. We just click and drag. Because once we have completed these tasks, we need to be able to list when they have been completed. Now we're going to add another assignment. In this case, it's going to be called tests, internal tests. Again, it's always important to make sure we assign a point value. We assign it to the process. We assign it to a specific member and collaborator. We give it a label. We give it a start date, and we give it an end date, and we save. Again, we can, once this window pops up, we can do the same thing. We create a checklist or give sub-assignments if need be. We're going to create another assignment. This one, project approval. Again, title and description can be the same. We give it a point value. We add it to the correct process of our project. We give it, we assign it to, in this case, the moderator. We assign it to the collaborators. We label it. We give it a start date. We give it an end date. Remember, we want to make sure our dates are within the project dates. And then we're going to create one more assignment. Startup. Again, we give a point value. This one's going to be worth a lot more points. We assign it to someone. We assign the collaborators. We make sure the status is on there, to do. We give it a label. We give it a start date and we give it an end date. And then we click save. Same thing, we can go in and add checklists or activities, sub-assignments to our main project or to our main assignment. So what's the value, what's the point of having this? Having this list allows me to control and have a view of all of our assignments that we have, and I can go in and click and edit, modify the assignments as I find or as we find that we need to. Again, we click on Assignments Kanban, and you can see the list kind of changes once we refresh it. Now we're gonna suppose that this project has been worked on, that some of these activities are being worked on, are in progress right now. The tests assignment is still not hasn't been started. So as those move on in the Assignments Kanban tab, we click back on the regular tab. We can, or the regular list. We can see that on the far right, the status has changed on some of our assignments. So with the Kanban, it kind of gives us a tool to where we can manage the different assignments that we're working on. And it gives us kind of a better visual of where each assignment is and what progress they are in. Here in the plan, we can also kind of see the plan layout, how we can view the different assignments, and we can view how the different planned or the different assignments are working within the main project. So this is a way of creating assignments and how we can add information to it. We can upload files to each assignment if need be. But again, it allows us to kind of control the assignments, and we can click and drag the assignments into the different categories as we are working on them. And this is how we can evolve the main project through these smaller assignments to ensure that we are completing these on time. Again, it is important to make sure when you click to the different tabs, you do click refresh at the very top of the page. So when the assignments are under the realization or have been realized, have been finished phase, you go back to the list, you will see that they don't pop up anymore. Likewise, in the plan, you can see how the assignments have changed as well from to do, in progress to finished.